What's good, y'all? I just, you know what I'm saying, a little breakdown with the quadrants and shit. B quadrant, S quadrant, E quadrant, fucking I quadrant, you know what I'm saying? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the 4 quadrants. You gotta read that book and shit. Another book I wanna show y'all real quick. When I say P, you know what I'm saying, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean see. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Emotional Intelligence 2.0. Now I wanna end it right here real quick and say, right, I work, right? I work, you know, and I definitely will say I got probably traits, negative quality traits that could be affecting the job and the business. You know what I'm saying? So like stubbornness or something like that, you know, like I'm the type of person that operate on my own schedule. So like I be saying I create my own schedule and I work when I work. But don't get me wrong, when I show up at a job or something like that, I work. Like it ain't like I don't work, I work. It's just like I be kind of like, you know, be a little bit maneuvering and lubricant with the time of when I'm supposed to clock in. But anyway, all that bullshit aside, I'm calculating, right? Let's say I work 8 days straight, right? I did 10 hours this day. On the average, I do like 7 hours. 7 hours, you add up 58 hours, almost 60 hours or 50 hours. If I'm working part-time, you know, that's less. But full-time, like 50 hours, 58 hours a week. And I get paid weekly. And the average like 480, you know, or sometimes if it's slow, 350. And that's 58 hours in a week. In a week, and I only made $350 something, $480 something in a week. I work Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday, all the way through all these days, and only get 1 or 2 days off, 1 day off, and that's say 8 days or 7 days straight. And I only made $450 or $300 and something. I get paid $8 an hour as a busser, and then like plus tips. I'm not complaining, I'm grateful, but I'm really breaking this shit down on like if you're meant to start a business or something, if you're meant to go somewhere far and beyond, and God got you going somewhere and you living faithfully and shit, you will know what I'm saying, and it'll make sense, it'll click, and that's how you know this video for you when it resonates. So like I'm doing all this, right? 8 something, and you know what I'm saying, and then tips. I get tips daily, and then I get paid weekly. I work this amount of hours. It seems like I get paid less. Like it seems like I work this amount of hours to get paid less. Like, am I tripping? Like, I'm working more hours. It's like I'm already giving my time for money, right? I'm giving my time and energy that I cannot get back for money. I mean, I can rejuvenate my energy and I can replenish that because I'm living faithfully. I'm living right. I'm living with God and shit. Higher self, self-awareness, know thyself. I'm living like that so I can replenish the energy. But like I can't replenish my body, because this body is a suit. I cannot replenish the physical decaying of the skin, of wrinkles and just getting. I can preserve it as long as I can, but every day we slowly dying. The moment we're born, we're slowly dying. I cannot replace the time and energy I put back in a lot of jobs, a lot of failed relationships, a lot of different things that I've experienced. With that being said, I'm working 58 hours to get paid less. Like, am I really tripping? It seems like I'm working more to get paid less. So how can I get paid more to work less? So I was like, okay, well, if I'm self-employed, the S quadrant, I'm still getting highly taxed and shit. But you know, like I can at least work less hours. Like I imagine like I work 3 hours on my own schedule. I'm self-employed. I work 3 hours, right? Own business, LLC. And I don't even think that would be self-employed. I think that would be a B quadrant, because I'm a business owner. I'm running a business. That's how I see it. I think about it. I'm running a business on my own time, own schedule, and I can have employees, but I don't need them if I don't need them. And I'm working 3 hours a day, right? I create my own schedule and say I'm going to do this for 3 hours a day. Dedicate 3 hours of my time and energy to do this, and get paid more. Why not find a way to work 3 hours of my week throughout my week to get paid? Like, let's say I only work what? I decide to work 2 days or 3 days, and if I really want to put grind mode on, I can work the same amount of days I'm working on a job and put the same amount of energy and effort into the business. But I work, let's say I decided to work 3 days or just 1 day and 3 hours in that 1 day. I just based off of those 3 hours in that 1 day I worked throughout that week, my check or my self-income should be looking, will be looking like 400, 500, 400. And that's just 3 hours. And that's one day. I put one day of my own time and energy into myself, into my business, and made $500 by the end of that week, just by 3 hours in one day. Now, imagine I created a way for the income and the revenue to come in where I did 2 days and 3 hours. So 3 hours per 3 hours, that's 6 hours. I did 6 hours that whole week, and I made, if I did 500, I made $1,000. Like, I'm just really like, I don't really want to say just naming numbers and shit and saying numbers out loud, but like, imagine I can get creative and just find a way to do that where I made $1,000 by the end of the week by only putting 6 hours in the motherfucking week. I only work 6. I'm getting loud. I don't need to be loud and shit. But bruh, I work 6 hours throughout my whole week. 6 hours throughout my whole week, and I get paid $1,000 by the end of that week. Am I tripping? Like, there has to be a way where I can do that. There has to be. As our color, they be making it seem like we gotta rob, we gotta trap, we gotta steal, but like, we can do that. We can come up with creative ways in the business world, just how they came up with creative ways to build McDonald's, to build fucking restaurants and fast food places and clothing stores. Like, bruh, there has to be a way where I can get paid $1,000 by the end of the week and I only work 6 hours. I already got something in mind. I ain't gonna say too much on the vision, but like, bruh, what prices will I need to write this shit. Hey, with that being said, I'm